Hey everyone, the dialogue, and today I'm looking at a pastor called David E. Taylor. Now he's in court with a deposition and supposedly he's been exposed for the misuse of ministry funds. As you can see, that big beautiful house right there is his. Let's look at his body language and just see what kind of operator this guy is.
Oh, this is a place that the ministry owns. Well, not own. We're in the process of buying that. Yeah.
Okay, right there, you'll see there's a little bit of fear coming through. He's in court at the moment and he was asked what he did with some of the money. He was asked about that big mansion that you just saw before, how he acquired it.
We don't own it yet.
So are you renting to buy or are you...
Yeah, we're leasing to buy.
Okay, so he itched himself. Some people show their anxiety in a huge way, and he's one of these people. Other people hide it really well, but he's not one of these people.
You have that as an asset of $2,844,500. So do you own it?
As you see, he pulled his lips together. They were pursed together. He doesn't really want to give away what he knows. Let's go back and look at his attitude a little bit.
For $2,844,500. So do you own it?
I just answered that, didn't I? I said we didn't own it.
Defensive. I just answered that, didn't I? And his voice is changing, as you can hear. Normally his voice is very, very full. If you look at some of his other videos, which he does have other videos online, he's very, very full and very, very flamboyant. So now he's going all little and small, and in a way he's trying to not be a part of this court case because he's been put on the spot.
Okay, but where does the... I'm sorry?
We're leasing to buy it. Did you? I thought we just said that.
But you have listed
Defensive again.
it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability.
All right, so where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home.
I guess the appraisal value of the home, I guess. So guess is part of language that we use if we want to distance ourselves from what's actually happened or happening, I guess, or he didn't get straight to the point.
Or the residential center.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center.
Is it a home? No, it's a residential centre, and his head goes straight back down and his eyes go down. That looks like a little 5-year-old kid. When you ask him, did you eat that ice cream? And he looks down, no. So you know something is amiss.
Use it.
Right, so you're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake. Like I say, it probably should be a liability.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
It is really it's a gathering place for our ministry where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of, maybe resort and teaching and training.
Resort?
Maybe. Again, we're using qualifying language such as maybe, I guess. It's on the same league as guess.
Yeah, teaching, a resort where we teach and train.
It's one mighty fine resort to teach and train.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
What would that be for?
Well, this is
Hear his voice. It's gone even smaller than it was before.
for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
Oh, you have to wear Louis Vuitton?
Oh.
You'll see that his lips come up this way, his TV ministry, so it's a little bit of contempt having to answer that question.
It don't matter what name it is. The point is clothing are allocated to us for ministry purposes as well.
What do you mean they're allocated to you?
In the media ministry.
So he moves back. He moves back because he doesn't want to face that question.
In a what?
Media ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, or on the road when I'm always traveling and using my clothes, I'm sweating through them. So I'm needing new clothes also for television ministry.
His lips came through, and that can mean displeasure, or he's displeased about the court case right here. Or it could just mean that he needs to lick his lips because he's full of anxiety.
So
you use ministry money to buy your wardrobe?
Outfit. It's allocated more towards ministry apparel.
Does that go into what your income is?
I'm sorry.
Do you show?
So again, I'm sorry, what? I mean, he heard what she asked him.
So June 2014, you spent $3,500 by JMMI to Versace in the Bahamas.
So he's moving. He's all, shaking around in his chair. He's very uncomfortable.
Yes?
His hands are moving to and fro. His eyes are looking down.
Sure, that's right. If it shows there.
And that was for closing for you?
Yes, probably. Yes, most likely.
So you
Tapping with his hand there. It shows massive anxiety.
don't see that there's
Do you see his lips? They were pursed again. So he's got like a massive cluster of mannerisms that can tell us that he's not being candid.
any problem when you're ministering to the poor, the sick, the needy, to be appearing in Louis Vuitton and Versace?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
No, it looks like you.
He's not happy with that question. His eyes sort of screwed up a bit. They winced. It was like, it's a sign of anger.
Did several times in
I mean,
Contempt.
I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this. I go to the right places to get a lot of suits, and if I get some from those places, you don't see that.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that.
Frugal and Versace and a massive mansion just kind of don't belong in the same sentence with me.
Because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear. But what I'm saying is, this Louis Vuitton things, you don't see that in our charges all the time.
2013 and 14, JMMI spent over $30,000 in your clothes. That sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14?
Oh God, yes, because I was traveling so much and sweating through all my clothes. Exactly. That probably wasn't enough because just have so.
But they have to be top of the line, expensive ones.
No, they're not top of the line clothes.
Louis Vuitton's not top of the line?
Those are not where I get my suits from.
So again, cluster of emotions, moving around in his seat, pursed lips.
Got something from them
Yeah.
spent thousands and thousands.
Well, the belts are more lasting, so that's good.
Come on, you're buying belts for $5,000?
No, I mean,
A lot of contempt coming in through his mouth too.
multiple belts, not.
So I'm going to move on just a little bit and find something more juicy. This is where the lawyer talks about people seeing him around town in his Bentleys and Versace outfits.
Does have them see you drive around your high-profile guests in a Bentley or Mercedes might be offensive
You saw contempt there in his little lip there.
and hurtful even.
It could be offensive if they didn't know my life, but they know my life. It would be offensive to someone like you who's trying to make it bad.
Be offense to someone like you who's trying to make it bad. He's throwing it back on her. He is being defensive.
But
So it's
because your
important you have a
attitude,
Bentley.
it ain't really important. That
You saw his eyes screw up. You saw him get huge contempt in his mouth, and right there is a very angry face. If you slow things down, you can actually see a whole lot of micro expressions popping out from people's faces. Now, this guy has a cluster of mannerisms that are not candid, shall we say. Now, I try to look up some information about him. I can't find a lot to see whether he was convicted of anything. If anyone can enlighten me, that would be fantastic. But as you can see, this man is problematic just on his words not quite matching up with his materialistic virtues is what he would probably think about. They're not matching up just in that alone, let alone the cluster of mannerisms and the micro expressions coming out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the dialogue. Please stay tuned and like and subscribe. Ding my bell.